Okay, maybe I should not be giving relationship advice to my track. What?
That's pretty good.
But as a guy, I can tell you with authority, there's a difference between an excuse and an explanation. I turn to my long-suffering wife, Marie. Hi, honey.
Hi, baby.
Well, before I met you, some relationships were a little bit bumpy and all that stuff.
Everything before now was just practice.
Isn't that the truth? And now that we've got this going, everything in the life has gone swimmingly. Everything is perfect in all ways. However, excuse versus explanation. We have not been doing Voca Vacay podcasts as regularly as we once assumed we would do.
It's true. There was a big gap, and it's been a minute.
It's been a minute, but here's the deal: we have an excuse, which is kind of like an emotional explanation, or explanation, which is like a scientific hardcore. Here's why.
Yeah, sure.
Explanation.
Yeah,
we've got both for you today because we've got some splaining to do why we haven't been doing the show.
You got some splaining to do.
We've got some splaining to do, and we're going to explain everything that's been happening and why we feel like we owe it to you to give you the explanation, the excuse, and also to tell you what's coming up next in the Voca Vacay world, because a lot of stuff is coming up and we are thrilled to be telling people about it.
I love it. Can't wait.
So we're going to do that here in just a hot second. That's
okay.
Marie over there.
That's Frank.
Voca Vacay starts right now.
Prepare yourself for the bestest, amazingest, and overall super duperest travel program in the history of ever. Vacation like it's your job and live vicariously through yourself. It's time now for Voca Vacay.
Oh boy, one of the great things about being back. Hi, honey, how you doing?
We're back.
We're back. As always, when we start an episode of Voca Vacay, we always give a shout out.
Shout out
to our global network. Our shout outs go to the following countries who have we have listeners in these countries. And here's how this works. Every single time that we do a show, we go, you know what? There are certain countries that are now, they're listening to us, and we just won't recognize who has joined the global sandbox that is Voca Vacay.
With bated breath.
Darn right. 2 new countries. This time around, Suriname.
Is that how you say it?
Suriname, yeah, top of South America.
I was calling it Suriname.
Suriname. It's down by Venezuela.
Okay,
down
cool.
there. And,
well, welcome, guys.
Yeah, good to have you. And the Czech Republic.
I love some Prague.
Yeah. We've got a show lined up about Prague.
We do.
We know that there's going to be a Prague show in the nearish future.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but we're going to do that, and we had some fun in Prague.
We had a blast.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about that. But anyway, thanks for coming along with us on this global vacation ride, because we're having a lot of fun doing this, and we're going to start doing more shows like crazy people.
Yeah.
So let's start right now.
We got to make up for time lost.
We got busy. We're like the opposite of social influencers. How do I say this? I am not a fan of people who claim to be social influencers and content creators.
It was fun when there were like a few. It's just like too many. It's too much.
Yeah.
Like my ADD can't. Like I get on, I'm a lurker. Mm-hmm. I just kind of like watch things in the background. I don't ever interact.
Yeah.
I don't make my own stuff, like, my own personal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so I like to like see everybody else's, and everybody is super interesting. The world is full of interesting people. But it's a lot of people.
It is.
It's too much.
The problem I'm having is that there's so many people now who are talking about it's sort of like you'll have like a Facebook reel or something like that where someone's commenting about someone else's social influence. It's like, guys, there's so many steps down the rabbit hole that I'm just not going to take.
Like we watch shows and they're like, here, this new contestant on this show.
Yeah.
They were a influencer on this show. And I'm like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know these people. I know they're like faux celebrities, but like...
The Traders. Great example. The Traders is currently on Peacock.
We've been like totally binging that.
We're watching that and it's like, well, this person was on Big Brother. I've never watched an episode.
I've watched a few.
Yeah.
The behind the scenes stuff is really good, especially for what we do.
For the techie stuff. Yeah. But it's like, you look at these things, it's like, we can't do that.
Yeah.
And it's not our priority gig, but it's like, it's fun to watch. I'm glad people can do it.
I give it a lot of credit though, because it's an actual show.
Yes.
It's like when people are just influencers and have a big following, it's like, I don't really know what you do.
Yeah.
Because it's so like opinion based. Mm-hmm. Like you either have to be completely into what they're doing or you have to just be caught up in that world. And neither of which I am or you are.
No.
But we keep tabs on media, traditional media, like things that stream on like, networks.
Right.
So like, was that a contradiction? Stream on networks, but you know what I mean?
No. Basically,
like,
here's my deal. If I can find it on TV, I consider it television.
Sure.
Whether it's streaming platform
or not.
or traditional broadcast channel over the air. Sure.
So like Big Brother, Survivor, like any of those, like we will still like know about it because that's just, we're old, but like that's just our world, and also because that's what we do for a living. So and that's what we teach.
And that's the thing is that when someone has a cell phone and an opinion, that doesn't make them someone I'm going to watch all the time. I'm just not, guys. Sure. There's too many people with cell phones. I can't keep up.
I mean, unless it has to do with cats.
There you go, or
pets.
Or if we're going to get to the cats and pets because that is one of the many excuses for not doing our job.
Yeah.
So let's start with let's just go down the list. We got a couple of these. Number one.
Here's why we were busy.
Number one. Marie got a major promotion. It's like a major award. But you got
fragile.
You got a promotion. We just tell people we teach at a university.
We do. We teach at a university. We are educators. First, we worked in our industry, and we have separate but overlapping areas there.
It's like a Venn diagram of circles, and we kind of meet in the middle here with podcasts and stuff like that.
Yeah, so we teach, and I got a promotion at work. This was a couple years ago, and I did it for a couple years.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like when you're behind the scenes in the factory.
Yeah.
And you see how the sausage is made, you might not want to work in the factory.
You got an administrative type job,
yes,
which required a lot of hours, a lot of phone calls, a lot of emails, just a lot of a lot.
Well, listen, here's the difference, okay? Administrative stuff in higher ed, if you want to do it, is do it.
Yes.
I mean, it's good. It's a good job. It's a good way to work your way up in the university. Okay, fine. It's harder to do, though, when you have an active scholarship agenda.
Right.
And so when we're making documentaries or putting out textbooks, it's super hard to balance all of the stuff that you have to do for your admin job with not only because you're still teaching too.
Right.
You're on a reduced load, but it's hard to finish your creative or research work while you're doing the other two things. There's not enough hours in the day. Unless they're very understanding and support you. And at some places they support you and some they don't.
And the reality is, not to just interject, but taken as the supporting role in this.
Yeah.
Basically, when you're doing stuff, you're going to the office, you'll come home at 5 and it's like, okay, we're going to sit down. You get to have a little bit of relaxing time. We'll throw together dinner, something like that. We'll sit down. And that's like, oh, by the way, crank out a textbook, crank out a documentary. And when do you want to do a podcast episode?
Right.
Yeah. And
this got pushed like way down on the list.
Yeah, which is unfortunate because this thing we really love doing.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll just whip out a note to the Queen of England sometime while I'm at. I mean, you get busy. Things take priority, and someone's got to mow the lawn, and someone's got to go to the grocery store, and say, things are going to happen in your life.
You became the house husband.
I look good baking cookies.
You should have worn your trophy husband shirt today.
Oh my gosh. I have a shirt that says trophy husband.
Because I'm the one that got the big admin job. And that was just really apropos. It was apropos.
Yeah. So basically, here's what we learned from this. Marie outranked me at work and at home. It just happened that way.
Natch.
Oh, please.
But no, and here's the deal. You put in your time. The reason this happened was because, unfortunately, there was an abrupt change of administration, and not a lot of people want to do it anyway.
Right.
And then sometimes it's just not a good fit for some people. And so I was happy to help, but my time came to an end. And having been given the choice to continue to only do admin work.
Right.
Or now that I know what that is, continue my scholarship and my teaching and all of the stuff that I do otherwise, I chose the otherwise.
Right.
And some people may choose a different path.
Which
and
is
that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. We know some great university administrators. We know some great department chairs. We know people.
And, I've always said, maybe sometime in the future, I don't know, maybe I would help again. I doubt it, but I'm not going to be like, who knows what the future holds.
Yeah. It holds more podcast episodes.
It 100% does now because I've missed this.
Well, we missed that, but here's the deal. We also had a couple of other major projects happening at the same time.
Yes.
So Marie steps back from doing some of the, I don't want to say creative stuff, but definitely away from Voca Vacay.
Yeah.
So we both step back simply because you're working now.
Yeah.
At the same time, there is a documentary, an hour-long documentary being made, and it's a big, heavy documentary. This was, and it's not something we shot in our backyard. This was something that took a couple of years to put together.
This took 3.5 years before we got to a place where we could start doing test screenings and really getting it out there. I think total of 4 years to actually get it distributed. But we raised money. We raised a good amount of money. So it's an independent feature film documentary distributed on PBS and Amazon Prime. And we're very proud of it. It represents a lot of our, a lot of what takes up space in my mind a lot of the time, which has to do with pets and animals. And it's about veterinarians. And unfortunately, the subject matter is not something that is, happy. Should I just talk about it a little
let's
bit?
talk about it. Let's get people up to speed real quick.
So there's a high rate of suicides within the veterinary community, within that industry. It's based on a lot of things. There's a lot of compassion fatigue and a lot of burnout. They also come out of school with a high amount of debt. The cost of having a pet, the general population sometimes is shocked at, and all of that kind of like gets put on vets who want to save them all, but can't because they're trained in the gold standard of care, but most people can't afford the gold standard. Even if you are aware of how much it costs to have a pet, it seems astronomical, but it's not when it's compared to like human insurance and like human care and even if you don't have insurance, like you don't get turned away when you like show up at the ER or something, right? So, I mean, we're used to like human healthcare, but with pets, it's all the same equipment. It's all the same stuff in the clinics. It costs a lot. There's just like the money aspect of it weighs heavily on veterinarians who want to save them all and sometimes have to make hard decisions. And then, the compassion fatigue, and then, social media and bullying because of the, people going on social media, very upset about their vet bill or very upset about that they couldn't get something done or couldn't be seen right away.
Or they had to wait 5 minutes while the vet is in the back euthanizing a dog and they don't know that and they've got to come out and put on a happy face. It's the documentary is called The Cost of Caring.
Yeah. So, that was a good point though. What did Marty Becker say about the
whipsaw of emotions.
The whipsaw of emotions,
Yeah.
like having to euthanize a pet 15 minutes later, going in and meeting someone with a brand new puppy.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And when we did the documentary and, as it happened, because you produced and directed, and I was doing some writing, and I basically ran some cameras, videography and stuff like that, and we go all.
And we had a lot of help from friends.
We had a lot of help from friends. Had a really good crew, but we also traveled all over the country for this.
We did.
So it wasn't like, hey, let's just go over, go next door and interview someone. No, now we're flying to California. Now we're flying to North Carolina. Now we're flying back to California. Now we're flying to Chicago.
Right,
now we're going to Florida. We're going all over the place.
Right.
So it took a little bit of time, and
on top of my day job.
Yeah, on top of the day job. So it's one of those things that, again, this is an excuse and an explanation. We simply couldn't get behind these microphones again.
But check it out. Like if you just Google us or Google it, you'll find it.
Yeah, The Cost of Caring is the name of it. And it's on PBS. And here, just a fun fact about PBS. Is this the last independent, or let's say one of the last, I don't know if it's the last.
Oh,
one of the
that's
last
true.
independent
Actually,
documentaries ever picked up by PBS.
Yeah,
That's correct.
They've lost all their funding. So. Yeah, which, whatever you think about that, but like, that is true. And also we are 100% wholly independently distributed on Amazon Prime.
Yes.
Which is, they are accepting no more films.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
So
it's the last one on Amazon.
It is. So if you were one of the lucky ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
check it out sometime, and you'll see a totally different side from this podcast, because it's a very heavy topic, but it's one that has has to be addressed.
So it was near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
And you like shooting stuff.
I love shooting stuff. I've been doing videography for
a minute.
for a minute. Well, here's what happened when I went to college, because I went to a journalism school. They said you've got two options. You can either be in front of the camera, one of the beautiful, card carrying certified beautiful person, or you can be behind the camera and have the camera on your shoulder and run around.
Sure.
And I said, I'm going to have the camera on my shoulder and run around.
Yeah.
I don't want to be hey, let's comb our hair. And I haven't combed my hair in 30 years, I think. Maybe, probably 50. I don't know. It's a long time. But my entire decades, not since the 1900s has a comb gone through this hair. But it's been a while.
It's like Jim Morrison, don't touch my hair. It's perfect.
Yeah. It's actually in my contracts. Like, no, we can get along. I'll hang out with whoever. No one's touching my hair. But no, that's just the reality of it. So it's like, it's just certain things. I want to shoot things, and we got a lot of good stuff in there.
And we had such good help. Like, our crew was awesome. Shout out to them.
Yes.
We had people do favors and just help us because we were on a shoestring budget. And we had a lot of support from the veterinary community, and we had some big names, and it was an experience I will never forget.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good documentary. It really is.
So, we didn't get around to this as much as we'd like.
No.
For a while, but it was for good reason.
Well, here's another good reason for you. I'll say 2 words: brain tumor.
Oh, well, yeah. On top of all of that.
Okay, so a couple years ago, flashing back, there's a great show on our on the mothership, vocavacay.com. Go to our website, find all of our old episodes. There's one called Charge to 200 Clear. That's about me having a heart attack, which was a great little episode. It's about my near-death experience. Turns out that Marie... I don't know if you're mad about me stealing the health spotlight or whatever, but something happened to you, which sort of...
I was like, you can't have a heart attack. Now I need a health issue.
And what was that health issue?
Not that it's a competition.
It's totally a competition at this point.
So in the middle of almost in the middle, I started feeling really bad. And it happened in the middle of stepping up and being chair. And I just was like, this isn't right. Like, I just started feeling really bad. I thought, clearly I'm old. It's menopause. So I was like kind of ignoring it. So I went on for like almost a full academic year, just coming home and being like, I don't feel good. I don't feel good. And you're like, okay, how can I help you? And I'm like, I don't know, but I don't feel good. Actually, everybody listen, this man deserves an award for putting up with me because it was not my best. I was not at my best.
You weren't your usual perky self.
So,
are you an Irish redhead I'm married to? What happened there?
Do you know me? No, but like there was a lot of stress. There was a lot of stress from all angles, and that actually contributed to a lot of this. Yeah. So I go to the doctor and they're like, your blood work shows this and that's not right. So we need to scan your brain. And I was like, hold on. Okay, wait, what? Like, I was like, come again. Like, I was like,
I'm like, scan her brain. Let's see what's going on in there.
It's a scary place. Dark and scary.
And there could be spiders. Yeah, I know. It's
dolls in the attic, man. Like, I mean, it's not good. My brain is not a safe space. Okay.
It's a danger zone.
Just to be clear. So they're, already that's going against me, but like, they scan my brain and they're like, wow, you have a tumor. It's wrapped around your pituitary gland. Mm-hmm. And yes, it is causing early menopause and you are 100% like, not good.
Right.
So that's when I was like, okay, nope, I am going to step back. I stepped back. My time was kind of done helping out anyway, I felt, because there was no more I could do.
Yeah.
Before the reins needed to be passed on. And so I was like, and everybody was super supportive. And so I have a prolactinoma. It will not go away. They won't do surgery for it. So, they will if it gets too big, but right now it's controlled with medication. Mm-hmm. So I take cabergoline every day and I just, it stays shrunk. And then they monitor that in my blood and tell me, do we need to up that drug or do we need to take you off of it for a while? And so they just monitor my blood and it shrunk. And when it shrunk, I started to feel so much better. Plus they put me on HRT, which is hormone replacement therapy.
Dun, dun, dun.
And that was when you were like, oh, there she is.
Yeah, now you're all perky
I know
again.
Who you are.
Now you have energy. There's not as many siesta naps. It's just like, yeah. No, that's the thing, guys. If something just feels off, get medical help. I mean, there's no shame in this.
Yeah, you've got it. Don't let it lie. So yeah, I've dropped some lbs, and so I feel better, and I have energy, and let's not say back to normal because what's normal?
Yeah. What is normal after all?
Anyway, yeah. So anyway, that happened. It was like a confluence of things.
Yes.
So what is that? Is that an excuse or an explanation? That's an explanation.
That's an explanation. That's pretty hardcore. So I feel like an excuse is more emotional as to why something couldn't get done. You make excuses. But an explanation and I could be wrong about this. I didn't look it up in the dictionary or anything. in my mind, excuses like, I didn't do it because I didn't want, I slept, I'm tired.
Dog ate it.
Yeah. An explanation is like, here's exactly what happened.
Right,
okay?
yeah, it's true.
And when you have medical doctors looking at your skull and then into your brain and going, there's a problem in there.
Yeah.
That's an explanation.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So again, so you would think that'd be enough reason for us not to do a show.
Fun times.
No. We're going to totally flood the zone here and just overwhelm you with information now about what's going on.
While I'm doing that,
the
fun never stops for you because you keep getting awards. And I'm like, what? Not that it's a competition.
Well, how do I say this in all humility? Every award I've ever gotten has been totally justified.
Yeah.
Every single thing. What?
They erect statues in your honor. Is that what I'm hearing?
No. A statue's been commissioned.
Oh, I see.
This is somewhere in Eastern Europe, but anyway, that's going to happen. They're going to name some.
What?
They're naming cities and roads after me. What happened is I was fortunate enough to get a Fulbright.
Yeah.
And it is, for those of you keeping score at home, it is called a specialist award. It's a Fulbright specialist. Specialist award, what happens is that these a project or a teaching thing or something like that will come up and it'll be another country and they'll say, hey, does anyone want to come over? And I believe the range is 14 days to 42 days.
Yeah.
So it's 2 weeks to 6 weeks.
Oh, but hold on.
Oh boy.
When I'm like, it's not a competition, but it is. I want to say this. He's like, it's a Fulbright Specialist Award. Okay, fine. But how do you get there? Like he's already had like 3 other Fulbrights. Or is it 4?
This was my 4th. Yeah.
So you already had 3.
Yes.
Only one of them other than this one was a specialist? Or,
yes.
Okay. So you've had 2 regular Fulbrights.
No, I've had 1 regular Fulbright.
Okay.
2 specialist awards.
Oh my God.
And then what? And the 4th one was a higher education administrator award.
So hold on.
And that was to Germany for a couple weeks. You go run around there. What?
It's just impressive.
Thank you.
But like, okay, hold on.
Yeah.
The first one though is like, that was the administrative one.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
The second one was like just a scholar award.
That was the traditional scholar award.
Yeah.
Yes.
And those are huge because you have to go over for like a semester or a year.
Yeah. And I went for, I think 6 months. It was a semester.
Yeah. That is like in and of itself hard to do.
Thank you.
And then you get these specialist ones. You can't get a specialist one unless you've had a regular. Is that true?
You can, but it's difficult because once you've done the regular scholar award, they invite you and it's like, hey, would you like to consider this? And not everybody does.
You're like on a roster. So
Yes.
they can come find you.
Yeah.
With a regular one, you have to seek them out.
Yeah. That's the best way to say it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the administrative one is just because you were also an administrator once.
Yes, I was. I gave that up because I can't go to meetings. I don't like wearing ties. I'm not going to, it's the same thing about, I don't want to be on camera. I'm just, I'm not that guy.
But what's funny to me though, is that like, you're incredibly good at leading.
Oh,
like that was the stuff I had trouble with. Like I'd be like, I know what we need to do and I know how to get there, but like managing all the personalities to get on the same page, it was incredibly difficult for me.
Yeah.
But for you, because you don't internalize things and take them to heart
not
like
at
I
all.
do.
Not at all.
Like you are like, that's it. This is what we're doing. Like you are very much like, you're a natural born leader.
Oh, gosh.
I love you.
Well, I love you.
It's not just because I love you though. It's because, and I got to give you credit where it's due. Like you would have done a better job at chair than I was. And when you were chair, because mine was of department and yours was of program.
Yeah.
But it's kind of very similar because before that program was like a department.
Yeah.
It was very big.
Yes.
And very popular.
Yeah.
And very well known on campus.
Yeah. We did great.
So like in essence, the only thing I did that you didn't do was budget control. Honestly.
Right. Yeah.
Because you were part of all the hiring and firing and like all of that.
Did all that.
I mean, you did all the stuff, but like, anyway, I just think you're better at it.
Thank you. You don't want to give me a budget though, because I'll just blow a hole through it before the fiscal year ends.
And this is coming from the man, not the woman here.
Oh,
which is funny,
I will totally spend all the money. I don't care.
because people naturally think women spend too much money.
So what happened?
Don't come at me for saying that. I'm just saying, not saying, just saying.
What happened was. So there was an opportunity in India. I'd never been to India. It's a Fulbright Specialist Award.
Don't talk too much about it because we're going to do many shows on it.
We're going to do several shows on India.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's foreshadowing. But here's the deal, and you can kind of see this if you're looking at if you're watching the webcast. If you look past Marie, there's a bookshelf back there. And do you see this gold plate?
Should I just pull it over here?
I don't know if
we'll bring it on for the show.
Oh yeah.
When we do the show.
When we do the actual India show, we'll bring that on.
That sounds good.
But anyway, and you can also see it. Let's see if we bring up camera 1. Yeah, right there. There's the gold plate that's on the thing. Yeah. It says St. Joseph's University, and I was in Bengaluru, India. I was down there for 6 weeks.
Esteemed.
It's
Lies.
I'm a steamed scallop is what I am. But they were wonderful. But we're going to do an India show. So anyway, so that takes me over to India for like 6 weeks. Plus we had some other things we had to do over there.
Yeah.
So we're gone for a hot minute, not by the microphones.
So that was an explanation or an excuse?
That's an explanation.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's also an explanation.
Okay, great.
Okay. What else did we do?
I'll tell you an excuse.
Yeah.
When I was really sick, I did not feel like being on camera. I didn't like it.
I can see that.
So I was like, that's an excuse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's more of an internal. Sure.
We talked about getting back in the saddle, but it was too much.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things going on. So in addition, just very quickly, something else we did, we wrote a couple of textbooks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They so those are very cool.
Yeah.
Because I got to be lead author finally on one.
Yeah.
Not that like you were never like you can't be. It's just that like it was a topic that like we try to do things and take the lead on the stuff we do together to play to our strengths. Yeah. This one I could play to my strength because I had more of a background in it. Yeah. I'm very excited.
And the other one was in journalism, broadcast journalism, which is what I've done. I worked for NBC for a little bit and some other stuff. And so I thought, I'll just go ahead and take the lead on that. And yours is more of a behind the scenes of film industry and stuff like that.
Yeah, mine's more it's on film finance because I worked in the accounting office and in the production offices on several major films for major companies. And learned a lot about that. And so really thankful for those experiences. And so that was, and you know, I'm a natural born producer.
Yeah.
But like, so there's a lot of textbooks out there on producing, budgeting, raising money.
Right.
This is about just running film production accounting offices.
Yes.
Which is really like, that's a great job to get in that industry.
It's really right in the center of what is going on at a film because all the money goes through there, all the pay, obviously, everything, every decision, creative, artistic, technical, whatever, they have to be paid for at some point.
It all has to go through that office, man.
Yeah, so you know everything that's going on when you're working on a film. It's like, oh, I know when this is going to happen, and when this actor's on set. I know if we're renting a crane or if we're just using a drone or whatever. You've got all that. You're the pulse of all that stuff.
And I was really lucky because nobody ever wanted to go to set, and I wanted to be in the office and go to set.
Yeah.
So like I just like there would be days where I'd be like, oh, I'm holding Matthew McConaughey's license in my hand. Now I have to go to set and deal with Basil Iwanek, who was like this huge, big time producer. And I'm like, oh, this is the light. Like I loved it. I was in the center of everything. Oh, that's what a crane costs. Yeah. Oh, we have to organize, lunch for the whole production office today. Right. Oh, we have to file these contracts or, this is coming in from SAG-AFTRA or like whatever, like, time cards and payroll for like regular crew. Oh, here's Transpo and there's the Teamsters. You have to learn what their demands are. And like, I mean, it's just, you are like, blah, 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 but it's so cool.
Yeah. And the thing is like, if there's a weather delay, you know all about it, how to budget it. If it goes past, golden time, if they go past the standard shoot day and now we have to pay people bonuses.
Yeah.
And then of course, when the producer's like, I'll just throw a studio out there, like say Warner Brothers, like, hey, Warner Brothers is on the phone. They're demanding whatever. It's like, you're the person who deals with that.
Yeah.
So
because everything has to get approvals and because it's all money,
it's
baby.
all money. So you know what's going to happen? That book's going to come out actually, just so you know, and this is for people, I just got to give a really quick, like 10-second aside. If you haven't written a textbook, writing a book is a hard thing to do. It's a very solitary thing and all that. And unless you're like a Stephen King and people are waiting for it, you're just going to write stuff and throw it out there and not know if anyone's going to read it besides your mom. With a textbook, it's a little bit different because you have a publisher. And we've been fortunate to work with some very good publishers. Yeah. But you'll have a publisher and they will send you little reminders and little updates. It's like sign this paper and do this. In fact, when we get done next week's project for Marie and I, and this is going to be lots of fun, we have to review the book that you just wrote because we got to do copy editing on that. Yeah. So, and by the way, this is like a process. Yeah. Everything, they'll send you a draft, it comes back, you send it back. I think this is our third and final look at it because after this, they're going to send you cover art. Yeah. You get to pick out what the cover, you'll have input and they'll say, okay, how's this look? You'll select that. Yeah. And then, the book comes out in about 2.5 months, I think. Yeah. 2.5, 3 months.
So it's January now,
Yeah.
the end of January.
End of January.
Yeah. So April. And
Yeah.
then yours comes out in March.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but
Yeah.
wait, you're like, that's a great explanation. Why do you know so much about that though? Because how many textbooks have you done?
Including being second banana on your textbook right now, 10.
See, I mean, come on.
Yeah. Okay. This is where I get to brag. That does not include translations, does it?
Can you? Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if translations
Oh,
count
yeah.
or not, because I really didn't do anything, but literally I have a textbook translated into Macedonian.
Oh my God.
Also Chinese, but Macedonian is just like, really, Macedonia? Yeah.
I married you.
Skopje School of Journalism in Macedonia.
Very cool.
I got to go visit these guys and say, hey, I wrote that book. They'll be like, yeah, the students, we make them buy it. They don't have to read it. But
Ask them to give you a Fulbright. You seem to keep getting them. Can't get one to save my life. But
we're waiting.
Not that it's a competition.
Okay. Moving on. Something else we did this year. That's all the work stuff.
Yeah, sure.
We did some fun stuff too.
We did.
We traveled an insane amount.
Okay. We had to though.
Yes.
Because you got a Fulbright.
Right.
So we got to see a bunch of different stuff and go to some places then.
Yes.
Because you were gone
it was 6 weeks. 6 weeks at St. Joseph's University. Yeah.
And I was here trying to manage the house and
You're pining for me.
I was pining.
You were pining. I
every
get it.
day.
I gotcha. Understood.
I miss you so much.
So then Marie gets on a plane. She flies out at the end of the thing. And it's like, well, we're already around the world. You might as well take advantage. And by the way, Maria is really good at the following. If we're going to go someplace, she finds a way to do a plus vacation. She'll add on.
I have to maximize my time. That's the producer in me.
But you will. You'll just say, hey, you know what? While we're here, there's a country right next to it. Let's walk over there and see what's going on.
Yeah, so those are upcoming.
So those are all upcoming.
Yeah.
So we did a lot of travel. And last year, and this is, right now it's January 26th. January of 26th. It's right at the end here of January. In 2025, we hit, 20 countries?
Yeah, because listen, I have a brain tumor, but I'm not bedridden.
Yeah.
So, and we are fortunate to have a job where we teach online. We are the online people at our job.
Yes.
There's one other guy that has some online classes, but we have developed and made and created everything online for our program.
Yeah.
Just the two of us.
We're like the geek squad of the area,
for sure.
honestly.
And they love it because it makes money for the department. It makes money for the university. And the students love it because it helps them. We're a large commuting school.
Yeah.
So it helps them be able to manage their time.
So if you don't have to drive in 45 minutes to take a class and say you take us online, we still the same academic rigor, the same testing, the same quizzes, all that stuff. But it is more convenient for the students. The classes fill up, so everybody's happy.
But none of the stuff online is applied.
No.
It's all our more critical, analytical,
historical
stuff.
Sure.
So that is very easily achievable, the same as it is on ground. Sorry. So I digress. But anyway, so after being sick, I did want to go to some places. So we did.
Yeah.
And then that turned into the film getting big. And then us being invited to screen it at places.
Right.
And then you getting the Fulbright.
Yeah.
It was kind of a year with some travel. It just was. So how do you fit the podcast in?
Yeah.
At one point we talked about being mobile, packing up the gear and taking it with us.
Yeah.
But I was I'm still managing a health problem.
Yeah.
In the background of my life.
Yeah.
I will always be doing that. You are too, though.
Oh, sure.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Listen, we're not 20.
No.
Some people have health problems at 20.
Yeah.
But you just do what you can.
Yeah, we're fortunate to be in the position where we are. It's that, we can maintain, or it's hey, you have to have this kind of diet, or you have to get this many hours sleep, or you have to have this sort of stress in your life. Okay, there are workarounds that we can do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a very busy year.
Yeah.
So it's it
was a confluence of things.
It certainly was.
All right, so we had some travel.
We also had some things happen with our pets because, as you alluded to earlier, Marie, we've had a continuous conveyor belt of animals in this house. We really have. And we lost a couple of good ones. Heidi was our dog.
I'm never good at it.
Rue Cat was Rue.
Yeah.
Well, she was a cat, but that was Rue Cat. So we had them. And then...
I don't like losing them.
I don't either.
I want them to live forever.
Oh yeah, but the difficulty is that when you get an animal, sometimes they just. I get blamed for this one a lot. I get blamed for Boris. Let me explain. Boris is a Norwegian forest cat. He's orange and white. He is, for everyone in the listening audience, I don't care what size your cat is. Boris is probably the same size, if not bigger. He is a ridiculously large cat.
I love him.
Yeah, I know. Well, when you're sleeping and he walks across your chest, it's like being pushed down by the weight of the earth or something. He's
the
huge.
Weight of a dying star.
Yes, it's just like, oh my gosh, what is this? Am I being choked? It's like, no, it's just the cat walking across your throat
It's
as you
just
sleep.
the cat.
As it happens with Boris, we had to go to the vet clinic. We had to go talk to them. They had this cat in the back. It'd been there for a little bit. I won't go into all the details, but the result was I happened to pick up the cat and said, he's been in this cage for a month. Let's foster him for a weekend. It's a Friday. Let's foster him for a weekend. We'll take him home. We'll cuddle him and love him and all the other stuff. Next thing you know, guess
All
what?
All right, here's Boo Boo.
Wait, we have a shot of Boo Boo?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, I'm just going to cut.
We do of Boo Boo.
I'm just cutting to the shot of Boo Boo if that's all
fine.
right. Okay.
Yeah, so if you're watching our webcast.
Okay, so that's what Boris looks like.
Hello, Boo Boo.
She calls him Boo Boo. His actual name is Boris.
Yeah.
But that is Boris the cat.
Okay.
So Boris shows up and
Yeah.
everything is good. I'm happy because...
But tell him why you named him Boris, because he had a different name.
Well, yeah, I was going to name him Beef Squatch.
You were, but I was not going to have that.
No,
because I don't want to run around. Well, listen, his
Beef
name,
Squatch.
anytime you name a pet, the name changes anyway.
Yeah.
They end up with like 37 names.
Well, yeah, with you.
Well, it's like most pet lovers, like animal lovers.
Yeah, but
Tell him why though.
why Boris?
Yeah. Do you remember?
No, you're going to tell me. I'm going to guess and I'm going to be wrong. So why don't you just tell me what it was?
Okay.
What was I thinking?
Okay, we brought him home and he's big,
Yes.
but we would turn around and almost step on him because he was so silent. Like
Yes.
you don't hear him walking through the house.
No.
Even if he's like running.
Yeah.
He's like light of foot.
Yes.
But we started giving him a voice like he was a Russian spy.
Duh.
Because we were like, you would turn around and he'd be there and you'd be like, ah! And it would just be like, where did he come from? It's like he could sneak up on you like a ninja.
Yes.
And so you just started giving him this voice.
Yeah, and so Boris just became, the whole thing was this like, yes, I'm here now for a bit. Yes, much da. Okay. All the people listening in Russian is like, that is not at all
That's
how
not
we
at all.
talk.
But he was like a Russian spy.
He was. It's just you'd be, you'd take a shower or you'd walk into the room and he'd just sit there and he's watching you.
Yeah.
All the time. You're under surveillance from this cat and he never makes noise. It's the creepiest. It's like having your own personal ghost at all times. Here's this cat and he's orange and he's white and he is, I can't emphasize how large this cat is.
I love him.
But he is deadly silent.
He weighs 10.5 pounds.
Not the way I feed him. He weighs
When
more
we
than
got
that.
him, he weighed 13.
Yeah, he needs to bulk back up.
No.
He's wasting away.
He was eating too much.
Away. But anyway, so Boris, so we said, okay, now we got Boris. And Boris talks like this, much yes, da. Every sentence he says and was... And by the way, do you guys ever have conversations with your cat? You'll just talk regularly and the cat will answer. It's like, yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
So then we had a Boris naturally.
Yeah.
And we were, I hate when they leave us, but it's not like you lose an animal and then you replace it suddenly.
No, it doesn't work like that.
It's painstaking for me. It's got to feel right. It's got to be like the right, mojo.
Mm-hmm.
So, because we made the film and we're friends with a lot of people from our clinic, we know that there are pets that need homes and we see the struggles and we know that we can go down there anytime because they get stuck with a lot of pets.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of animals.
Yeah, a lot of rescues,
a lot
abandoned,
of strays, rescues,
found, whatever.
All that.
And let me just point something out.
But it's hard when you lose a pet to replace it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what happened was you were just minding your own business.
No, Casey, our very good friend Casey, who produced the film with us.
Yes.
She was like, this looks like a Barnes cat.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I guess that is, that's
okay.
a sign.
Okay. So what happened? Okay. So now we got a picture of this cat right here.
Yep.
Ready for this one?
Yep.
Okay. And we're going now. So now this cat, she's so adorable.
I'm obsessed with her.
Okay. So this one, I think we actually named this cat before the cat arrived.
We did.
And
because she was sick. She almost didn't make it.
She was sick. She almost didn't make it. She was the only surviving member of her family. They found her outside. Long story. And, I don't want to do all the details, but it's like she's the only survivor of her family.
Yeah.
She really was. And cute as a button. And she came in and she's just round and she's soft and she's
a tortie.
She's a tortie.
But she's got a silver undercoat.
Yeah.
She's like Beans and Shmoo, our other 2 cats that have passed.
Right.
Put into one cat. Like it really, Casey was not kidding. This cat was meant to be with us.
Yeah, and they were Maine Coons.
Maine Coons,
Maine Coon cats.
So she's a tortie, but she got Maine Coon in her too.
And so she's a long-haired cat. She's infinitely squishable. She's just like, you don't squish her face. She's one of those cats. But here, but with all that happening, the reason that Maria's called her both TT and Tashi in the past few moments is not, hang on, I'm going to put up okay, that's her. There she is again. Oh, she's a cute little kitty.
I know.
But here's the thing. With Tashi TT, her name is not Tashi or TT.
It's Natasha, but it's really Tashi Washi Woo.
Tashi Washi Woo.
Or the Woo Woo. Or TT.
How? You're just making up names now.
You wanted to call him Beef Squatch. I get to do what I want.
Okay, well, okay. And the reason, if you have a cat named Boris, the next cat you get has to be named Natasha. That's a rule. Why? For those of you who've ever watched Rocky and Bullwinkle, that fantastic cartoon series, the villains were Boris and Natasha. So she came in and she's like Natasha, and that's like, Natasha kind of, and then she became Tashi.
Yeah.
And now she's Tashi Washi Woo.
Yeah.
Or TT.
Well, then that turned into Tashi Washi. And then it was Tashi Washi Woo. Mm-hmm. The cat no more than 2. And then what's the other thing? Oh, and I say to her, Tashi Washi, do you need some squashy?
Yeah.
Because she's so like squishable is what we say.
Yeah.
But because it rhymes with washy, I have to say squashy.
Right.
She's squashable.
Of course.
But anyway, all of this makes sense to me. And my brain is a dark and scary place.
That's right.
What do you expect?
But here's the deal. But she is a very squishable cat. It's like so we have a couple cats now, and both cats have like the density of Nerf. They really do. Just pick them and squeeze them. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. But they're very nice, and they actually get along very well.
Yeah, they do. They're buds.
Yeah, they're buddies. And Boris is a couple of years old, 5, we think. Yeah. And Tasha is about, I have no idea, 3 months?
No, she's older than that.
4 months.
Like, no.
5 months.
She's like 7.
7 months?
Yeah.
Oh, we got an old cat.
No, we got her months ago. She's already gone through all of her vaccinations.
It's so weird. Everything. It seems like she's been here forever and she just showed up.
I know.
So anyway, for those of you with either children, pets, farm animals, whatever, you understand that these things also take some time. This is an excuse. We've done shows.
This is an excuse.
This is not an explanation. This is totally an excuse. We've done shows before with animals running around.
Sure.
Not a problem.
But they're my happy place.
Yeah.
Like if I had to pick, to be honest, like I love doing this.
Yeah.
But like there are days where I'm so like either we've been busy or I don't feel well. If I had to pick between doing a podcast and holding the kitty cats, guess what? Kitty cat's gonna win.
Yeah.
Because that's just my happy place.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, good little kitties.
I know.
The final thing we got to point out is that there are changes coming to Voca Vacay.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
We have spent an inordinate amount of time and we're working on a whole bunch of stuff. One is we don't know if we're going to change the logo or not.
Well, listen.
I like our logo.
We got behind on doing shows, but it never left our hearts.
Oh, no.
So we were always thinking about it. And I was like, well, this gives us an opportunity to reboot.
Yeah.
Like, honestly. And we take a look at like what's being made out there. And we know that like there's some really sharp, like cool looking stuff being done. Mm. I would like to do some of that stuff, but it's just going to be gradual.
Yeah.
We're going to try some things.
Yeah.
If we're just doing what we do, it's still good.
Yeah.
Because we're having fun and that's all that matters.
Oh, I'm having fun with this. So we're looking at doing reels and snippets and segments and things like that just appear on social media.
I would like to do more social.
Yeah.
I would like to update the website.
Yeah.
I'd like to get some merch going.
Yeah. Speaking of merch, if you're, hang on, I go to camera 3 here. There's our mug.
We have a pen too.
We have a mug right there. Who wants to buy?
You do have a mug.
There's a big fat mug for it.
Look at that mug.
Okay, and the pen. Hang on. You got a pen? I've got a pen.
Yeah.
Ooh, a Voca Vacay pen. Wow.
It's upside down.
It's upside down?
There you go.
Okay, well, it's just there. We got pens too.
Yeah.
It says Voca Vacay on it.
Merch.
So, yeah, and I know that's definitely my fault because the merch page has been sitting there for a year or two. It's like, dude, merch coming soon. That's a lie.
Been coming soon for a long time.
I think I want to make a Voca Vacay bowling ball. I want to have that more than anything else. Not apparel, not an umbrella, not mug, but just the Voca Vacay logo just rolling down the thing. People be like, "What's that doing?" It's like it's a Voca Vacay. I like Voca Vacay. I'm doing a professional bowler. What do you want? That's the voice I got. So anyway, is that sufficient excuses and explanations? And
that catches everyone up.
We got around to it.
We're back, baby.
We're back. The good news with being back is that after a busy year like this.
We did try once, though. What? I remember we made a show.
Wait, what?
It was in the middle of all of this, and I was like, we're going to get back in it.
Yeah.
We made one, and then, it all fell apart again.
Oh, that's right. Right.
Because I remember my cousin, Shelly, shout out to Shelly. I was like, put it on social, and she was like, oh, you're back. And I was like, we're trying. Yeah, that didn't happen.
But here's the deal. We already have... we've got another show. We're going to unleash a couple shows here in Rapid Fire. And we're trying to get back to the thing about one of our taglines is see you in a fortnight. We want to do one every 2 weeks or 2 a month. Yeah. Which is about right for us. That's the speed we can maintain.
It is.
With all the stuff going on. And now
day jobs.
Yeah. And have day jobs because now the textbooks are over. The cost of carrying is, it's already produced. It's out. It's done. And, we have other projects. We're always going to work on projects. Yeah. But I don't think we'll work on anything that will detract us from what we're doing here.
Sure.
Might slow us down a little bit, but certainly not the duration we just had.
Yeah.
So, but you would think that with this busy year that we've just had and all the stuff going on, oh my goodness, you would think that we would never disagree again.
Never fight.
We would never have a problem again. Oh, no, just wait a minute. We're going to have a little discussion here that we, as always, call Monica versus Joey.
It's game on. It's time for Monica versus Joey.
Oh, holy moly. This is one of my favorite parts of the show every single time. I love doing this because this is where we talk about, if you know the series Friends, there's Monica, who's very organized, has a certain way of doing things. Then there's Joey, who's hey, what's going on? How you doing?
Two totally opposites.
So here's what we're going to do. Usually we have a discussion where I frame her as Monica and she talks about how things have to be a certain way.
Listen, hold on.
What?
This is Podcastus Interruptus. I'm interrupting. Listen, Monica throws away the sandwich that falls on the floor. Joey says, I'll save that for later.
I'm not going to waste food.
I'm not going to waste food,
I'm not going to waste food.
That's the difference.
There's actual food to be had. What am I going to do? Throw it away? Oh, no. It might be contaminated. Well, come on.
I like things in a certain place in a certain way and to be nice and tidy. And I have a little bit of OCD and you're just winging it, dude. Which is so refreshing.
Yeah.
Opposites attract. I think this is why it works, people. This is why it works.
Quick example. There is a can of Dr. Pepper in the house. We tried it yesterday, but we left it outside. It got really cold. And it's a really simple thing that happened. It got filled with ice.
It did.
And so Marie pops it open and it's too icy and liquid comes out, just makes a mess and all that. Yeah. And so now the Dr. Pepper is totally ruined and it can never be drunk from again. You would think. However,
I opened the fridge and I was like, why is this in here? You were like, I'm going to save it for later.
I'm saving it for later.
I was like, it's going to be flat. You took one drink of it. You were like, it's flat. I was like, I told you.
In my defense, I waited 2 or 3 days to actually try it. I have an open can of Dr. Pepper sitting in the... What?
I cannot.
You think I would go pour it out just out of spite? Give it a fighting chance, will you? The Monica and Joey argument of this episode is as follows. Will I ever win an argument with you again because you have a brain tumor?
The answer is no. And here is why. Not only was I always right before as the wife, now I'm wife with brain tumor.
So the whole time it's like, but what about this? Here's something fun.
But no, listen.
Why?
Will I ever be right because you've had a heart attack? I don't ever want, life is short.
Yeah, but a brain tumor, I think a brain tumor trumps, I don't want to say it trumps heart attack.
Pulling the brain tumor card.
Yeah. We had what I thought was going to be a short discussion about what we're going to have for dinner tonight.
No.
Short discussion.
No.
10 minutes later of rifling through the fridge and just comparing lists, we finally figured it out. And you know what? We're still going to throw that plan out and do something else tonight.
Well, it's just because I'll change my mind and you will acquiesce.
And she'll change.
# brain tumor.
She'll change her mind because brain tumor trumps all. So that's what we're looking at now. But anyway, it's fun because normally we just kind of say, hey, we have a difference of opinion on something, but we do work it out. And now I think we're a little bit more forgiving about working things out.
That is 100% correct.
Because,
life is short.
Yeah, it's short. And, the small stuff, don't sweat the small stuff.
Oh my gosh.
It's all small stuff.
It's all small stuff. And even if it's big stuff, it's you get through it together no matter what. Because that's your person.
Yeah,
You're my person.
You're my person.
I love you.
And those are your cats. I love you. So now moving on to the next section of the show.
Yeah.
We did talk about an unusual thing. Tell you what, let's remember that we did a lot of stuff this past year, but one of the things we did was travel to a lot of countries. So we're going to step away for just a second, and we're going to make this into our next travel nugget.
Ooh, I like a good travel nugget.
All right.
Travel
okay.
nugget of goodness. Here we go.
Nugget of love.
We have been to, I don't know,
I don't know what that meant.
What
but it
was
sounded,
that?
It sounded
Nugget
fun.
of love.
Nugget of love.
Yeah.
I don't know. Listen. One of the things we said we were going to do is be more of ourselves. So no filter. # no filter. Like it's just a
Nugget of love was my high school nickname. I had a T-shirt. So not true, but I love that line.
Now, when people look on like your high school reunion Facebook page,
Yes.
they look at you and they go, "Oh, that was Nugget of love." Like,
Oh, it's like that song about some people call me the space cowboy, some call me the gangster of love. This guy, nugget of love right here.
Oh my God.
Not a true story, but I'll stand by it anyway.
Oh my God.
Here's the deal. One of the reasons, explanations for not doing a show was that we've been to a lot of countries.
Sure.
We went to a lot of countries this past year.
Yeah.
Here's the reality. Well, actually, gone to a lot of countries since we've known it, and we've been married for a while.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Am I counting the years?
Can you tell me exactly how many?
11 years.
Okay, there you go.
11 years and 3 months.
Oh, honey.
No, wait. 11 years and 2 months. It's not February yet. 11 years, 2 months
all right.
of bliss.
See?
Not happiness. Not happiness at all. Bliss. All bliss.
And joy.
Oh, boy. Turns out, this brings me to the question about, we talked about visiting countries. What counts as actually visiting a country?
Okay, this is the thing. It's different for visiting it the first time, but it counting if you go back through on the year. That's what, like, to me, that's the difference. There's the hitting it the first time.
Yeah.
It's brand new.
Yes.
So it
Then you
counts
count
in
it.
that way,
All
and you
right.
count it.
Yeah.
But if you're like adding up all the ones you you have to drive through it or
Right.
something like, okay, Europe or whatever.
Right.
And you drive through it and people go, well, how many countries have you been to this year?
Right.
Technically, you've been there again.
Yeah.
So it counts, but it's just not like it counts the first time.
Yeah. Now, and that makes a lot of sense because, for example, this past year, when you fly to India, and again, we're in Tennessee in the United States. If you don't know where that is, we're in the middle of the country, basically.
Yeah.
Middle South. As it happens, when you fly from here to India, of course, naturally, you go through Amsterdam.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I've looked at a globe. I can't make it work, but that's where the flights go through. I don't want to walk around and say, hey, I went to Amsterdam this year. Dude, I went through the airport.
Right.
It doesn't really count in that
Right.
sense.
Yeah.
You know, I've actually been to Brazil.
Right.
I have been to Brazil. You know why? I was on a flight. I went from Miami to Santiago, Chile.
Mm-hmm.
The stopover, the layover was in Brazil.
Right.
Have I really been to Brazil?
But have you been to Brazil?
So it's hard to argue. So here's the deal.
Right.
I'm just going to say, I'm going to put this out there. I don't know if there's a right or a wrong answer. I kind of like where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Once you've been to a country, you can claim it and take it off the list. Because
Yeah.
there's 200, about 196 to 202 countries in the world.
Yeah.
Depending on who's counting, but it's about 200.
Well, let me mess this up even more.
Go.
If you're going to look at boots on the ground, does it count even if it's a layover?
Mm-hmm.
How do you count that? And then also in relation to that, what if you are on a cruise and you're not in international waters, but you're within land, like you're within eyesight of land?
Yeah.
Does that also count?
I think that counts. And
Because
here's why.
We passed Cuba on a cruise
Oh, yeah.
and we looked right at it,
Yeah. And we said, there's Cuba. It's like, dude, that's Cuba.
but it wasn't boots on the ground.
Right.
I don't know.
The thing is, like, we have been, for example, if you're on a cruise, let's say you get on a Royal Caribbean or Celebrity or MSC or whatever cruise line you get on.
Yeah.
If you go to the port, let's say you've never been to, for example, Jamaica.
Right.
The ship docks at Jamaica. You never get off the boat. But you've been in international waters and you're tethered to the country of Jamaica. Are you in Jamaica?
I think so.
Because I think you are, because you're not anywhere else. No one else can claim you.
Well, how far out do you have to be in international waters? Isn't some of the water Jamaica's water?
Yeah, I believe it's 7 miles is nautical. I believe it's 7 miles is maritime. That is considered your buffer.
Then I think we technically have been to Cuba.
We've been to Cuba, or skirted right by it, and we're in the in the Caribbean or whatever that is
Okay.
down there. But I think that was it. So That's the thing. But I really can't claim Cuba because we weren't in Cuba.
So there's like, I guess it just like, I think you just qualify it. Yeah. Here's somewhere new I've been. Yes. Here's somewhere I've been through, and here's somewhere that I've been in like eyesight of, or within the vicinity. I was in the vicinity of Cuba.
Yes, yes. We've been near Cuba.
We've been near Cuba.
We've seen Cuba.
We've seen it.
We've seen Cuba. We haven't been there.
Right.
I'll go with that.
Because being there means you've experienced it.
You've experienced it. Yeah. Usually it's like, this is going to sound weird, but usually.
And that's the goal, right? Like, that's really the goal.
If I meet someone locally or like have a sandwich there or something like that, I feel like, but even if it's just for a couple of hours. Yeah. And we've done that with some countries. We've been there for like a lunch break and we've gone through, but we actually met people. We went to a restaurant. We ordered food. It feels like we've been there.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, even though it's not the entire country because, you know, but at least, hey, you got something out of it.
I like all these logics.
I like the logics too. Final thing
the maths are mathing.
The final part of this program is always never makes any sense to us. It's always we don't call it news of the weird, but it's news of the unusual, travel stuff and news that just doesn't make a lot of sense. But we're going to throw it out there. We call it the holy guacamoles.
What the holy guacamole are you talking about?
I love his voice so much. I can't.
By the way, that's not me doing that voice.
Yeah, no, everybody thinks it is.
Yeah, it's a totally different dude.
No, and if anybody needs his contact info, he's great.
Oh,
he does
wonderful.
Voiceover work for everybody.
And did like that.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He's good. This episode's guacamole is as follows. As party, I got to put my reading glasses for this. Oh, there's actual information now, not just me spewing at the mouth. A recent resort from turbulence tracking site Turbly. Turbly. Turbly?
Sorry, say it again. I have to cut you off.
Turbly. Turbly. Oh. I didn't know they existed, but I'm glad they do.
Okay.
Turbly went around and they ranked the most turbulence-prone flights in the U.S. and around the world.
Well, that name makes sense now.
Yeah, because there's turbulence, ergo Turbly. Mm-hmm. I love these guys. What they did is they analyzed 10,000 flight routes over the year 2025. Mm-hmm. They measured the eddy dissipation rate, the EDR.
Not that.
That is a standard aviation metric that captures how rough the air is during a flight. Basically, let me dumb it down to my level. When you get on a flight, are you going to bounce around or not? That's what these guys measure.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Okay, the turbulence.
So what do they say? Where it's the worst or the best
they
or
said
what?
Where it's the bumpiest.
Okay.
The bumpiest, ergo, Turbly.
I would love to know that because I am not as comfortable flying to this day as you are.
Right. Yeah.
I'm better at it now, but I'm not, it's not my favorite thing.
Yeah, but still, you look outside, and especially if there's clouds and if there's stuff going on, it's like, oh, what is happening here?
It's a means to an end.
Here are the top 5.
Do you enjoy it?
I love flying. Yeah. I could fly all the time. I love it.
Weirdo. I'm just kidding.
I like it. It's fun. The top 5
you
routes.
Actually, sorry, I'm brain tumor.
Okay. And I can't win the argument, can I?
But you've actually taken and completed ground school.
Yes.
You actually have some hours flying.
Yeah.
So, I mean, of course you like it.
Yeah. Yeah. I really enjoy it. And yeah, it's the whole flight school thing and the ground school. Yeah. Yeah. I've totally done that.
Yeah.
So, so flying, I'm just like, it's so cool. I enjoy it.
Whereas I will suffer through it in order to get to the really cool destination that we're going to.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah. But no, and I totally understand. Some flights are bumpier and worse than others. And some are just like, hey, let's go. Here are here's the bumpiest flights. Number 1, I won't get into all the schematics and, all the logistics and all the metrics of this, but I'll just tell you basically the bumpiest flight in America, Denver to Jackson Hole Airport. That is Jackson Hole's in Wyoming. For those of you who don't know, Denver to Jackson Hole, number 1 bumpiest. Number 2, Albuquerque to Denver. Then you have Jackson Hole to Salt Lake. You see the pattern, everything here. Everything is in this area. Denver to Salt Lake. And I said Jackson Hole to Salt Lake, Denver to Salt Lake, and Bozeman, which is in Montana, to Denver.
Okay, but why?
The Rocky Mountains.
Oh, because the air hits the mountains and pushes the plane around or something?
Yes, exactly right. Okay. Because the air gets up there and there's wind and it all goes kaflooey.
Oh, is that a technical word?
It's very much a technical term.
In all of your education?
I learned that in ground school for the pilot stuff. Yes, it goes kaflooey. Basically, if the wind is coming over the Rocky Mountains, it's going to go ahead and just start. Hey, if you're watching us on the webcast, by the way.
Boris said, no, microphone here, da.
Boris is now sitting under my microphone.
He's the best.
And he is, that's him. When he pushes the microphone like that, he's pushing my microphone off to the side, so I'm off mic for a wee moment.
He loves you.
Yeah, well,
You're his human.
Yeah,
he chose you.
He wants food.
I know. Is it about that time for
It-
them?
it- he'll-
No, you still have time, boo-boo.
He doesn't care. He's like me. He eats when he wants to eat. What am I, on a schedule? What is this meal called breakfast and lunch?
Oh, my.
Yeah, I'm like a hobbit. I might eat frequently. Anyway, so that, dude, can you just move a little bit?
I mean.
Okay, just stay there. No,
Okay,
no,
fine.
I need this. I need this. I need
Yeah.
this. He's sitting on a piece of paper that I desperately need. He's
Here,
not,
you want mine?
No, I just had to move it from his 24-pound booter. Okay.
Not his booter.
I'm not going to say rump roast or anything derogatory like that. The common denominator is Denver and Salt Lake City for flying around there.
Yeah.
And also Bozeman's in there, Albuquerque,
Okay.
whatever. Rocky Mountains, yes. If there is mountains and wind, they're going to bump you around in the
Okay.
sky. Internationally, the worst ones were in Chile, Argentina, and Western China.
Oh.
Again, where the mountains are.
Oh, yeah,
And
okay.
so if you're flying Chile, Argentina, if you're going over the Andes, guess what? You're going to bounce around.
Yeah.
It's going to be fine. So that's what we know, and that's our guacamole.
Well,
and
that was really interesting. I think that's really good for people to know.
yeah.
Yeah.
And look, the pilots will
Thanks
do
for that little tidbit.
sure, and pilots will do everything they can to make sure that you're having a good
Sure.
flight, and they can see like where the air's going, and there's weather
Yeah.
updates, and they call them NOTAMs, notices to airmen. They have stuff like that, where they're trying to give you a smooth flight. No one wants to bump around the air, but it's going to happen sometimes.
yeah.
So anyway,
love it.
there's your guacamole for this show.
Okay.
Hey, do we want to wrap it up? And
I think so.
because Boris is now just taking over my entire.
My name is Boo Boo.
I am Boris Cow. Yes, much. You feed me. You stop show. Okay, you stop the talk. Okay. So anyway, hey, thanks for checking out Voca Vacay. We promise we'll do better. We will do more shows in the near future. And as always, check us out on the mothership, vocavacay.com. And of course, all the social medias, which is Facebook, we're there, and X now,
Yeah.
Instagrams, and I don't even know all the stuff we're on.
Yeah.
And we got
Hey,
more stuff coming.
We're back in the saddle again.
Darn right. And we mean it. Hey.
I love it.
We'll talk to you kids later. Love ya.
Miss ya. Mean it. Bye.
Don't forget to click subscribe. As always, hashtag Voca Vacay at Voca Vacay and visit vocavacay.com.